YouTube, what's going on? I'm back here again with another video for you guys. This is going to be my 3 months review on Transam. Basically going to tell you guys what I think about Transam and what my experience been like since I've been here. The pros and the cons of working with this company here, you know. Right now I'm in West Virginia and I'm headed back to Kansas City, Missouri. And as you guys can see, it is snowing. Out right now, but basically here's what I think about Transam. Let's start with some of the pros about working with this company. I'm the type of person that doesn't really like to be bothered. I just like when you give me my load, I send my load commitment in, and I basically drive. So Transam, they don't really bother you too much. They don't really call you about this and that, or unless it's a relay or something like that. So that's one good thing about here at Transam. Next thing is, it's not micromanaged. They don't have too many strict rules that you gotta follow. Some companies complain about personal commute, or PC as we call it. Transam don't really complain about that as long as you're not on a load. They don't really give you like a time frame as to when you're able in the company to start PCing or whatever. So that's one more pro. While I'm thinking about some more pros, I'm going to tell you guys about some of the cons. I'm a company driver, so I can only speak for a company driver's from a company's driver's perspective, what I go through. First one that I dislike the most is the fact of the relays. I understand that you gotta do the relays to help out and all that. Sometimes the relay works out in the company driver's favor, sometimes it doesn't. What do I mean by that? Sometimes you're gonna have a lease driver that's on a load, and he's either gonna run out of time, or they're doing it to his favor because he's lease. So what they will do, they will ask the lease driver if he wants to get a relay set up for that load that he's on. He goes ahead and he agrees, and the company driver is basically going to take that load and relay it off to the final destination or whatever. Like I said, it helps the company driver, and sometimes it doesn't. Because most of the times, the lease driver already drove like 90% of the miles on the load. So you're basically, the company driver, you're basically left with the scraps. That's not going to benefit you. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to be able to drive and run 2 different loads in one day, so you could just go get that delivered and go pick up another one. Nah, it doesn't work that way. So I don't really like the relays. The next thing I don't like about the relays, like this is a perfect example right now. They sent me this load. It's 1,100 miles from Philadelphia to all the way to Kansas City, Missouri. Alright? Halfway there, not even halfway, I drove like 200 miles. I drove not even 200 miles. I basically drove to the shipper 90 miles. And then when I was getting ready to head out, they set up a relay for this load. Basically, they set up a relay saying, okay, 300 miles up the road, we're gonna have you relay this load off. My clock reset at 2 o'clock in the morning. No, I'm not a fan of driving overnight or whatever. If I have to do it, I'll do it. I get it. So I go ahead, I get up at 2 in the morning, do my pre-trip, all that stuff, and I get moving. Start driving. They say I'm supposed to be there at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm looking at it like, how am I supposed to be there at 6 o'clock? It's a 6-hour drive. They know my clock resets at 6 o'clock, at 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's basically 4 hours. How do they expect me to be there? Anyway, I just follow the instructions. I go ahead, I push myself, I get tired over the journey. Push through. Finally made it to the relay location at like 7:45, close to 8 o'clock. Send them a message, say, hey, where's this relay guy? Because I don't see a relay. So the relay is not there as yet. So I go ahead, put my post strip in. Remember, I was driving tired. So now that I get the chance to get some rest, I'm going to get some rest, you know what I mean? I still got to keep in mind that at some point in time, the relay is going to come and they're going to wake me up. So by the time you start sleeping for 2 or 3 hours, the relay is going to come wake you up, knock you up. You're going to have to get out there and go do this relay. It's whatever. So I get there, I stop, go my sleeper bird for 3 hours, and basically 3 hours later, they told me I should continue on my journey. They canceled the relay. No, that just messed my whole day up, because I just stopped for, by the time morning came out, the sleep basically comes off of me. You know what I mean? So like I basically feel like I can drive now. No, I sat for 3 hours out of my day and wasted 3 hours out of my day. That's almost what is it? Like 160 miles, almost 200 miles. I could have been up the road basically. They had me sat, then they canceled the relay. I hate that shit. I'm just being totally honest. I hate that. I don't like that. I don't see how anybody could like that. And I've seen it happen multiple times. You know what I mean? Another part about Transam is trying to get it's just the communication. You know what I mean? The communication between even the employees that work at Transam, like the night dispatch and the day dispatch, or just the communication. They have no communication, trust me. I remember an instance where I had an OSND on the load and I was waiting overnight for them to get it figured out. And the lady was like, hang tight, I'm going to try to get it figured out. I was there waiting for hours and hours and hours, and basically nothing. See, like it got to a point like after 5 hours, I tried calling, I was on hold for like an hour, and I got a hold of the lady, and she's like, oh, you're gonna have to wait until in the morning. I'm gonna leave this message so they can get it figured out or whatever. In the morning, after my clock reset, I was basically still sitting there waiting for an answer. So I text them saying, hey, I've been sitting here waiting, da 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 da. 15 minutes later, my DM responds saying, oh, she had no idea about this. This is all news to her. She knew nothing about it. And I'm like, man, this is crazy, dude. Like, where's the sense of communication between you guys? You know? I don't even know what to say, bro. Like, it's sorry about the vibration, but as you guys can see, where's the sense of communication? You know, that's another thing that I don't really like about Transam. You can be on hold calling them for hours and hours before you actually get to somebody. You know, I don't know if they're purposely not answering the phone or what is it, why they take so long to answer the phone. You know what I mean? But that's one of the things. Would I recommend Transam to anyone? It all depends. You know what I mean? It all depends on what your situation is. If you don't have a situation where you have tickets or you're a felony, you can't get anywhere to hire you or something like that. If you got a clean slate, bro, Transam ain't the company for you. There's a lot better companies that you can go to. Starter companies that you can go to and, you know, get a better experience while you're at it. You know, for guys out there that has felonies or just need a second chance company, Transam is a good company for that. You know what I mean? If you have tickets or, you know, whatever it is that's hindering you from getting another job at another company, Transam will give you a shot. So I think I'm gonna put that as a pro towards one of the pros here at Transam. It is a second chance company. You know what I mean? They will give you a shot. I like that about them. You know what I mean? But if your stuff is like legitly straight, bro, you ain't gotta come to Transam, bro. They don't have detention pay. That's a con. I don't like that. Because the recruiters are gonna tell you 90% of Transam loads, they're dropping hooks. That's a lie. That is a big fat lie. I do dropping hooks, yeah, but I'd say 75 to 80% of my loads are live loads.
In 1 mile, keep left.
You know what I mean? 75 to 80% of my loads are live loads, and that takes a lot of time. Especially, I do a lot of reefer runs. Those take really long. The other day I was in Nebraska. I literally sat for 24 hours. I was looking at my summer. I didn't drive any at all for one day. One full day I sat, and then the load was ready the next morning at 2 o'clock. See what I mean? So if your wheels aren't turning, you're not earning. That's the saying in the game, and just as it is, that's the way it goes. So you sitting for 24 hours, bro, that's crazy, man. You know? You're not making any money that way. You sat for 24 hours, that's a whole day. You could have drove that. That's a lot of miles you could drive in one day. No, you can't drive for the whole 24, of course. But there are so many hours in that one day that you could have driven, that you could have made miles. You know what I mean? Transam ain't like that. Not all of my loads take that long. You know what I mean? Some of them, there's been this one instance where they gave me this load and it was scheduled so tight, like, that was good. I like when they schedule me like that. You know what I mean? Really tight, and I just got there, got loaded, and I got moving. You know, in the same day, without my shift time, my 3 hours going away, or my clock being blown up. You know what I mean? But 80% of the loads, bro, live loads, man. Not no dropping hook, bro. Don't let them tell you that stuff. The recruiter's gonna tell you, oh yeah, it's dropping hook and we'll get you moving, B. That's a lie, son. That's a big fat lie right there. The sign-on bonus, they pay you your sign-on bonus, $2,500 in 4 increments every month. You know what I mean? You get tuition reimbursement under certain circumstances. You know what I mean? If you ain't been out of school for 3 months, or you ain't never had it started paying by another company or whatever the case is, or you ain't getting no grants, you can prove that you paid out of pocket or you took a loan out or whatever, they're gonna pay it back to you. But that's only like, I think it's like $150 a month. So you do the calculation on how much you spend to go to school. That's another thing, like, if you're just coming in the game and you think you're coming in the Transam, you might want to go to a school. I wouldn't advise people to pay out of pocket for school, bro. Like, find you a good company that's going to pay your schooling and that's going to pay you good. Because there's good companies out there. I don't really want to call other companies' name out like that, you know what I mean? But you go do your own research. You know what I mean? They'll pay for your school, and after a period of time, they raise your pay. You won't be able to make a decent amount while you're still, you know, going to school or getting your license and all that. You know what I mean? Another con about Transam, bro, they cut the mentor program out. That is crazy that they did that. You know what I mean? That is wild that they did that. Usually you come in and you go with a week for a mentor on their truck. That's good. You get a week is small, yeah, I get it, but it gives you a basic idea of what it's like being out here. You know what I mean? They say the obstacle course at the yard is supposed to like teach you, bro. Come on, man. It gives you a basic idea of what stuff is going to be like backing into a parking lot or a truck stop or whatever, bro. But that's not going to really, that's not going, bro, that's not going to work. I don't know whose idea it was or why they did it, bro, but that's a horrible idea, man. Putting people out here like fresh out of school, especially now it's going in the winter time. Just fresh out of school, you just put them in a truck and send them out here after doing a couple hours and back it in between 2 trailers on the yard. Woo. That's, I don't know, boy. I don't know about that, but that's bad. And the next reason why it's bad is because it was an incentive for drivers here. They use it as an incentive because after 3 months you can become a driver trainer or a mentor and make a little extra on your paychecks. They took that away. That's the only incentive Transam basically has. You know what I mean? They don't have that no more. So that's no bueno. What else there is? Home time. Company drivers and home time. Lease drivers, they can just tell them, I guess, when they want to go home and they go home. Company drivers, you have to select it out of a slot. Out of the 31 days in a month, you have to select it out of a slot, meaning if those days are available, you won't get them. You know what I mean? So you put your home time in for Thanksgiving, and then they send you back a message saying you can't get it. Those days are basically gone, taken by other drivers. So you gotta take whatever day they give to you. That's no bueno. That's no good at all, man. You know, you have something that you want to do. I understand in the game, not everybody you gonna be able to get home on that day, or you see what I mean? Like that ain't gonna, man, that's crazy, dude. Yes, these drivers on the other hand, they have the preference or whatever it is. You know, it's funny. I was watching this other guy's YouTube channel before I came out here. He had started at Transam and then he quit after like 2 weeks because he didn't like his trainer, and he basically quit because of that. And then after he quit, he didn't find a job, so he decided he was going to come back to Transam. And he was basically saying, oh yeah, Transam is a good company. And I'm looking at this guy like, is this guy serious? I'm not saying it's a bad company, but the way he was acting like, yo, Transam is this, Transam is that, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to pay attention to this guy, because maybe it's just me thinking the way I'm thinking. So, long story short, he quit, he started again, and then he quit like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. You know what I mean? And I was listening to his reason. He's basically saying there's a series of things that led him up to his decision. He spoke about being on hold for a long time. He spoke about the communication. You know what I mean? That's all facts. You know what I mean? That's straight up all facts. He spoke about the trailers, the conditions of the trailers. Man, bro. That's another thing. Transam got bad trailers. Like, you know what I mean? Some of the trailers are not in the best condition, and I feel like the company could invest in some like newer trailers, or even if they don't invest in newer trailers, I feel like they could do a little bit better, because the drivers has a part to do with it too. The drivers ain't really reporting the issues. You know what I mean? They're not reporting the issues that are on the trailer, basically.
Continue on route.
To get them fixed. No one want to take the time to get the trailers fixed. So it passes down. The situation gets worse. The problems get worse. You know what I mean? But they have some bad trailers. No lie. I ain't even capping about that. What else? He spoke about his home time also. You know, but I was surprised when he quit, bro. Because this guy was like, yeah, Transam is this, Transam is that. And he legitly quit. Can't blame him. Can't blame him at all, because I know what he's been through. I know what he's been going through here at Transam, you know what I mean? And I feel like just the way they don't pay the company drivers, like they pay little and nothing basically for company drivers, I feel like that's the way they pay. No, disclaimer, I do not know. This is just my opinion. I'm just saying. I feel like probably that's the way they pay the DMs and all them. They probably not pay them much. So probably that's why they don't really care, or they don't really answer the phone. And they probably got a whole lot of workload on them with a little bit of pay, you know what I mean? So they're not gonna really care basically. You know? I don't know, man. But that's basically it on my side. What I think about Transam, and for the 3 months that I've been here, I get what my miles are like. My miles are averaging between 2,200 to a maximum of 3,000. Yes, there's been once where I've run 3,044 But they done messed me up again because they had me sitting for 3 hours out of my day where I could have got all of that stuff done. I could have got most of my miles in already. You know what I mean? So that just threw me off. You know? Because they had another pre-plan on me as soon as I got this load delivered by Thursday. They had another pre-plan on me that was supposed to be picked up possibly on Thursday. This is going to be delivered by Wednesday. You know what I mean? No, I sat for a few hours. I lost 3-4 hours out of my day. I don't know how that's going to work. So they messed my trip planning up by doing that stupid relay and then canceling the relay 3 to 4 hours later. You know what I mean? I hate that. I have a goal. I'm trying to make 3,000 miles, and I see where I was going to make 3,000 miles this week with the pre-plan they had on me, on this load and all that. You know what I mean? But they done messed me up. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna see how it works out. Let me know in the comments if there's anything that you guys want to know about this company. You know what I mean? If you guys got any questions, just drop them down below. And last but not least, man, shout out to my subscribers, my first couple subscribers. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys very much for watching, and be safe out there.